Dear ladies, as I promised, I will now try to get out of my comfort zone to share and answer as much as possible all the questions you ask me in a private and social network. So follow my publications and ask the questions. I will try to answer them all. As long as you get there and start reading, I'll start answering the same frequently asked question that I read in my mailbox. One girl asked, Christine, how can we become more elegant as soon as possible if, for example, you have to go on the date this evening with a man from a higher social class or with a man who is gallant and clearly gentleman? Hello, my name is Christine. I'm personal self-branding, matchmaker, label creator, founder of the Elegant Love Club, where elevate women relationship and transform their lives. I believe that sharing experience gives us a sense of belief in ourselves, joy and satisfaction. First of all, ladies, this is not possible if you are deep inside a simple gray mouse and you're not used to enjoying life, but always do everything by yourself. It's not possible to remove and cut out characteristics that are invisible to you as text is in unsent email. If you're addicted to whipping the crumbs from the table by hand or fixing the dress before sitting without noticing, then it should be cleaned up with the help of time. Or if you are so happy that you were invited to a restaurant by, well, maybe world's greatest joker, and now can't control the giggling at each of his joke. The elegant lady is self-restrained and calm, without sharp movements and loud laughers. This lady will make other look back and think. But a lady who has not yet mastered manners will be slightly different from the overall image. With her simplicity, this is not a bad thing, even very warmly. Unless, of course, you're the louder lady in the room or gesture-loving, where times the waiter as a circle artist with a tray walks along your table. Maybe that's exactly what your cavalier like, but that's another story. Returning to the question, any new lady or a lady who has not gone to such events for a long time can prepare for the first date with some basic things. So without circumventions, do you know where you are going? Dress appropriately for the place. If a restaurant, then please do not pull anything that is casual or maybe ordinary. It is important to look adequate and exaggerate. If it's lunch, then don't wear a long formal dress with sequins. It can be a nice cocktail type dress. It will be enough if you will have bright lips. Or something romantic, but please without too large cutouts and not too short. However, you do not want to serve yourself as a food for a solo guest, and it can be a little too vulgar. If it is a hike, then choose an appropriate clothing for the weather will play an important role in this. Now someone is thinking, who is going on a first date on a hike? Well, going those who met in an active place such as gym. And in this case, evening makeup and evening hairstyle will not fit. I hope you understood this idea. We understood the location and what we will dress, but how to behave when our eyes touch. When the eye meets for the first time on a date, a slow moment will fit perfectly. It means that don't run to hug him or do not anything that would make you realize you feel uncomfortable. You may be able to extend your hand so that he makes a gesture by kissing or shaking it, but perhaps by holding it and kissing gently on the cheek. Who knows how much he feels about you? Maybe he has come after you, and when you left the house, it will be gallant for him to get out of the car and open the doors for you. But in recent years, I see that this behavior has suspiciously faded. So make an intuitive wait for this gesture. Breathe 3 deep breaths is my method of letting the situation happen on its own. Imagine him in this situation. Your first breath is when he sees you. Your other breath is when he can't stop rejoicing that he has met a lady like you. And in the third breath, he only realized that he has looked at you and wasn't doing anything. You see? Now he starts to do something. Okay, I won't go into details, and not always like that. An elegant lady is controlled in her gestures, so can also flirt with your eyes or gently pass your fingers across jawline or hanging your hairs. Next, you don't have a hump. Straighten your shoulders. Be a confident lady. If we take, for example, a restaurant, then the course of the situation would follow something like this. When you come to the restaurant, the gentleman will help you to undress, if there is a coat. Let him feel necessary, plus that is the nature of the gallant man. Allows the gentleman to order food for you. Sounds suspicious. No, that's a practice. Tell him what you would like and he will order that for the waiter. But here is another nuance. If in the menu does not mention the price, then unequivocally ask what he would recommend you to experience, because maybe he will be able to recommend you food for which he will be able to pay. I don't think a man will take a lady to a restaurant he hasn't been to. Do not be a cheeky and do not order the most expensive food. You're a little bit more modest, but not so that you order only a glass of water. Maybe the gentleman will take a starter at the beginning, so do not order 3 dishes. No. I like it when the gentleman offer after the main course the lady dessert. It's like a compliment to the companion. Then he wants to make the evening longer. Oh, and yes, if possible, eat something light before the meeting, so as not to starve, because it is here that the lady eats a plate in 10 minutes, almost like in the army. This is a date. Take a breath between bites. When you go on the date, you're invited. Don't think about asking for a bill. This is not correct. And here mentioned feminism. If you can do everything yourself, then why do you need a gentleman? Conversation. It should be easy. Don't talk about taboo topics. Golden law, play a game with the questions. Just don't overdo it with them so you don't feel like he's being questioned or interviewed. Topics can be hobbies, activities, concerts, movies, traveling. Here you can get into hours of conversation. Please do not be categorical and do not express your emotions if any of his theories seems wrong or terrible. Change the topic to a comfortable one and then analyze whether it was too crazy for you or if everyone can have their own opinions and it is possible to live with them. This is a whole another topic. I do not recommend putting your bag, phone on table, flaunting with the cutlery, sneaking in his plate and grabbing from there, putting on makeup like lipstick or even brush hair. No, don't do that. Or lying on the table with your elbows. There are so many nuances, but I believe that if you are determined to be more elegant, then you will learn all this in half a year. Of course, the essence can be learned throughout life and the manners of the table can be learned quickly, but everything really happens in practice. Today, as always, it is impossible to build a relationship with each other without manners and politeness. The first time may seem tired or difficult, but when you start using it every day, then you are already on the path of an elegant lady where there is no going back. And so it will be the most impressive part of life that opens the door to so many possibilities, because there are few educated ladies. And when I give this information to young ladies, they can no longer see others any differently. They do not condemn those who do not know this art. They help them, not trivially. My ladies help to create an environment around us because they want us to grow together. And ladies who have children introduce it as a matter of course to learn manners, etiquette and human relationship as a tradition. This is an added value to life and people. At the moment, I will not blur another topic. If you found this useful, then it is time to press the subscribe button so as not to miss the next answer to current questions. And of course, if it was helpful, press like to know how valuable content is.